and welcome back to the channel where we declare every day that today is going to be the best day of our lives. Here we seek our purpose to use our passions to aid in our prosperity. We are also intentionally evolving our mental, physical, and spiritual growth. We understand that there are going to be mountains, but we know that we are prepared to move those mountains, not climb them, but move them. And today's pep talk is going to be, you don't have time for it. So if you're watching this video, then at some point of time, your mental, spiritual, physical, your time, your patience, your peace has been tested. That's just life. People are going to test us. But you should know that your breakthrough is in striking distance of you giving up. Your breakthrough is in striking distance of you popping off. Your success is in striking distance of you saying, I don't have no more time to put towards it. You do have time for your success, but you don't. There are a few things that you don't have time for. They will not work with you moving forward. One of those things is regret. You know, a lot of us sit and we mull over the things that we didn't done, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. If I had the chance to go backwards, if I had a time machine, I would go back and I would do it this way. Or if I wish I wouldn't have done it that way. You know, I should have just did it this way. Why didn't I? The mistakes that we made. Oh, if I had a dime for every mistake I made, I'd be rich. Or if I had, you know, if I could go back in time, I would have changed. I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have. But listen, you don't have that type of time to sit and mull over your past. Here's a way of looking at it. The mistakes that you made, those mistakes should be valued. Your bridge that you're crossing over to your success is paved with stones of mistakes that you made. So value those mistakes. They are what made you the person that you are today. And the only people who are stuck and are worried about the mistakes and the things that you did in the past are the ones that are afraid to move forward. They are quick to tell you, girl, I remember when. Girl, I remember when we used to do this. I remember when we used to do that. Girl, I remember this. They still stuck in that. You're not. You're progressing. It's time to move forward. They also don't understand your progression. They don't understand your glow up. They don't understand you moving forward. They always say, oh, you sure putting in a lot of time to do this. I wouldn't do that if I was you. I wouldn't, your own business, I wouldn't, that's too much work. Girl, I wouldn't do that. Promoting, you know, why you want to go up? That's more work. That's just more. That's their fears. They can't do the things that you want to do, that you've set your mind to doing. So they continue to project their fears. You want to know what a person is scared of? You tell them what you're going to do, and then they'll project their fears right onto you by telling you what you can't do. And really what they're saying is, I can't do that. I couldn't do it. So, and then it's like, I can't do it. So who do you think you are that you could do it? Those are the people I can't stand. Because you can't do something you feel I can't do it. I know whose I am. I know who I belong to. I know that I'm a child of God and I deserve all that my heart desires. That's who I am to move forward. So if you stuck here, then you don't know who you are. And those people we have to leave in the past. Those people you are going to have to disconnect from and you're going to have to move forward from. You can't take them with you and you don't have time to babysit and pacify them. Another thing that you don't have time for is fear. As far as fear goes, the only thing that I can tell you, the only thing that works for me is to ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? You know, I always think about the little thing, the little video that went viral of the little boy on the diving board with his dad, and he is at the end, and I mean, he is shaking. So I've never seen anyone shake in fear like that. He is in total fear. But what was the worst thing that could have happened? He would have jumped in the water. He's at the water because he can swim. So the worst thing that can happen is you're just going to hit the water and you know, you're going to get caught off guard a little bit, but you'll swim, you'll go for it, you'll figure out to swim or you're going to drown. So if that was the worst thing, plus his dad was right there. It was other people right there. Someone was going to rescue this child. What was the worst thing that can happen? Ask yourself, if I go for a promotion, what is the worst thing that can happen? Let me tell you something. If no is the worst thing that can happen, then it's smooth sailing. Because at some point you can get told 1,000 no's. Those no's don't matter. Don't let those no's discourage you. Discourage you. Do not let those no's that you constantly hear make you feel like you can't go forward. Because it only takes one magical yes. If you don't get the promotion, so what? Go back to your desk, continue to do your job, continue to get yourself mentally ready for when the promotion comes up again. If you get told no from a bank to get a loan, then that just means it's going to take you a little more time to do what you need to do. You can still continue to move forward. Some businesses, you don't even have to have a large amount of money to get started. That's just their no. Go to another bank. Revamp your business plan. That was just their no. If you let the no's keep you in a box or keep you afraid to move forward, then you are going to stay stuck and life is going to pass you by. You are going to get told, I'm here to tell you, you are going to get told no 1,000 times, maybe 10,000 times, maybe 100,000 times. But the key is persistence and relentless. Be relentless about your passion. Whatever that is, whether it's to be a good wife, mother, entrepreneur, the best at your job, whatever your goals are, whatever you're striving to be relentless with it. Do not let a no tell you don't have time for the fears. You don't have time to be scared of a no. You don't have time to continue to figure out what happens. Most successful males, and this studies have shown, men that are successful take risks. They never mull over a plan. They never assess what could happen on the back end. They just, hey, this is what I want to do. They move forward and they go. Most successful people just get up and go. Yes, they may have a plan, but for the most part, they just go for it. And at this point, you don't have time to be scared to just go for it. This is you. This is your life. And you deserve it. The most insufficient time spent today is on negative energy and entertaining negative energy. And that is the final thing that you do not have time for. You cannot have that I got time for you today, sis mentality, because you don't. Because that energy that you have put into rectifying a situation or gathering someone or getting someone together or your clap back was time that you could have been putting into moving forward. Listen to me when I say the time that you spent entertaining pettiness could have been time spent on your productivity. The petty people in your life, that's their goal, to keep you stuck where they are. That's why they will hit you with all kinds of stuff, all kinds of negative energy. Don't you dare subscribe to it. Don't you dare entertain it. And don't you dare be afraid to dismiss it. I can tell you now, I have had so many people that I loved kicking it with. I love to entertain the foolishness or shooting the crap with. I have had those people in my life, but because I have decided to work in my full potential, because I have decided that I don't have time for negative energy, because I have decided that yes, it is my time and I deserve more, I had to cut those people off. I had to love them from a distance. Don't be afraid to do that. You don't have time for the negative energy. You don't have time for anyone to question what you have going on for you. That's your business. It's yours. It's not for anyone to question what you are doing. You don't have time for it. Only positivity can drive momentum. So that means you need to rebuild your circle. I have a mentor. I have friends who are around me that love to see and hear what I have to say. They constantly, oh girl, you are motivating me, and I love it, because when they tell me that I'm motivating them, they are still motivating me. They are still giving me that positive energy. My little girl's father just said yesterday, you are the most positive. I'm gonna start calling you Sunny, because your disposition is so sunny. You are always on some positive stuff. But let me tell you what has come from that. See, I can't sit here and talk the talk if I haven't walked the walk. And by every morning declaring that today is going to be the best day of my life, by having this positive disposition, this glow about myself, nothing but opportunity and greatness has come my way. My confidence is higher. My spiritual growth, I'm still growing spiritually. I can feel the presence of God. I can ask, hey, Father God, this is what I want. I say to myself, everyone, okay, Father God, I'm at the window of opportunity and I'm opening today. What do you have for me? Shower down on me, whatever you have for me. And my days go smoothly. Things, stuff happens in my day where I'm like, best day ever. Best day ever. And I'm loving that feeling. And so I'm telling you, the power of life and death, the power of wealth and health, the power of spiritual growth, entrepreneurship, and moving forward, that's in the tongue. You speak it. So every day I make sure I speak it. I've had days where I'm not feeling so well, where I have to speak to it and say, no, not today. Not today, stomach. Not today, headache. Not today, allergies. Not today, sinuses. And I have to push forward. So with that being said, I want to end it with this. There is absolutely some truth to the phrase that time is of the essence. It is. Time could be your best friend or it could be your worst enemy. Old people tell you all the time, your time can either be to your value or it could be to your detriment. And when I say it's to your value, that means you have taken your time, you have mapped it out, you have decided what you're going to do, and you have moved forward with what you're going to do with your time. Or you have sat there and you have procrastinated, you have waited and you have put stuff to the back burner. You didn't use your time wisely. It's to your detriment because everyone is passing you by and you are still sitting here waiting for your time to do whatever, waiting to like the double dutch. You waiting to jump in. Everyone else has jumped in, did the teddy bear, turned upside down, flipped and everything else, and you are still just, waiting for your turn. Don't do that. Time could be on your side or time can pass you by. It's up to you. And so that's the end of the lesson today. And remember, I always want you to know, I always want you to remember that I am rooting for you during your test so that I can praise and shout with you during your testimony. I want you to enjoy the rest of your week. Please come back and join my next video and have a great day.